Bonjour, welcome to this presentation for French 5 AP. I would rather be with you in person for this year's back to school night, but I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to talk about the class and be with you virtually. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. Most of you know me, but a few students are new for me. And then I'm going to talk about what we will do in class this year and how we are going to prepare for the AP test, because this is an AP class. So I'm going to change to my presentation very quickly. I'm born in Paris. I grew up in southern France, and I've lived 6 years in Germany because my husband is German, and I've worked in Germany too, and we have been living in the Bay Area for 23 years already. I studied in France to be a pharmacist. I worked in Germany as a pharmacist, and when I moved here to the US, I decided to get my teaching credential at Santa Clara University, and I have been teaching at Homestead for 15 years. I have 2 daughters. Caroline is 25 now, and she graduated from Berkeley, worked in San Francisco, spent 6 months in Peru, and now she's living in next week actually to go to a master program in Germany. Melanie, my second one, is 23, and she has been living in Germany for 3.5 years, trained to be a nurse there, and now is working as a nurse in Hamburg, Germany. Both are Homestead students, so I know Homestead as a parent and as a teacher, which is very helpful. What guides me in my work is that I want to help each student reach their highest potential. And I know that all the students are different and they come from a different background, they have a different level. So I'm really trying to help the students at their level and according to their needs. And those needs are very different from students to students. So this is really what I'm trying to do, to be very aware of the students' needs and work with them to help them reach their highest potential. My goal is also to help students improve my goal for French is to help students improve their communication skills and fluency in French, help them discover new cultures. We talk in a French class about France and of course, but then we talk about all the different French-speaking countries and all the different cultures and traditions that you can observe in those countries. So this is also a very, very important part of the class. I help them develop their critical thinking skills. So really to question the reason behind certain, certain action or certain tradition, and try to understand more in depth what it means for a society or for a person. And also develop their collaboration skills. I see the class as a little family where we are all together to support each other, and we do a lot of collaborative work. So this year in French 5, your students will speak 100% French, and you probably don't remember, but I told you that in French 3, I had to repeat all the time, en français, all the time. In French 5, that's over. They sign a contract. The first thing that we do in class is that they will speak French all the time, even if I'm not here, because now in the virtual environment, we go to breakout rooms and I have no control whatsoever about what they are doing. I can visit them, but when I am in one group, I cannot see what the other group is doing. So they sign a contract with me that they are going to speak French, and it really works. They are so motivated and so they have a positive attitude. So I'm not really worried about that. We are going to explore many French-speaking countries. We will have discussions about current issues, and our first unit is a unit that I have never done before, because we are going to talk about COVID-19 in the French-speaking countries. So this is more up to date than that. You can't, and so it will be interesting for them to to compare how it is in their community, how their own experience compared to the experience in other countries. So we started with France, but now we are going to expand our research field to other speaking countries. So really, really current issues. We will read French literature, and last year in French 4 they read Le Petit Prince, and this year we will read a novel by Jean-Paul Sartre. He's a French philosopher with a very unique story, with very deep philosophical ideas behind it. And new students have a level now where they can discuss all those things, so it's really exciting. They will conduct debate in French, and we will do research and present it. So a lot of fun things and really interesting things this year. And we will also use and review grammar and learn more vocabulary, but really the base of the class is cultural, because the test that they are going to take is called French Language and Culture. So we base our course on 6 different themes and many different sub-themes. And so we talk about culture all the time. That's really what guides our conversation. When I plan my classes, that is what guides my planning, our essential questions, what activities I do. It's really around cultural themes. We are going to prepare for the AP test, and for the AP test they have a part that is multiple choice and another part that is free answer with speaking and writing. And so we are going to compare they are going to compare their community with French-speaking communities, because one part of the test is to do that cultural comparison. We will have informal and spontaneous conversation, because one part of the test is to have a conversation with a computer, which is a little bit weird, but we will get used to it. We will read and listen to authentic material. I use only news articles, videos that I can find from news in France or in French-speaking countries. Everything that we use is made by French speakers for French speakers. So it is challenging. It is really challenging, but they can do it at that level. Because for the test AP, for the AP test, for the multiple choice part, they will have to read articles and listen to French speakers speak in different accents, from Quebec, from countries in Africa, from Belgium, a lot of different accents. So all those things we will prepare in class. And we will also write a persuasive essay and a formal email, because that's also another part of the test. So everything that we do in class is geared to prepare them for all those tasks that they have to do for the test, but we don't study for the test, because we don't talk about the AP test all the time. What is interesting to me is the culture, is developing their language skills. So if they go to a country, they can use it. But while doing all those things, we prepare also for the test. And of course, second semester, it's more, we talk a lot about the format, and I give them tips how to succeed. But know that the test is really hard. Your students are really working really hard to learn and to improve. And if they have a very good foundation, and if they follow all my advice and we do the work together, they will succeed. And for many years, our students always pass the test, maybe sometimes with 1 or 2 exceptions, and most of the time they have 4 and 5. So it is challenging, but they are talented, they work hard, they have a positive attitude, and it's going to be fine. And I'm going to ask them to work hard too. So this is a message from the administration. Since last year, you might know that we have to register for the AP test in October, in September, October. So the AP test is going to be from September 14th to October 12th, and the test for French cost $125, and there will be no late registration. So I know the students receive a lot of email from the administration regarding the registration and the AP test. I'm not sure if you receive the same information, but please double check with your students if they did everything that they need to do and that they ask you for money to pay for the test and all those things, because it's in the past we were doing that later in the year, but now it's really early. So this is something that is important. If you want to support your students during this year, it's really helpful if you discuss current events related to French-speaking countries, if you read something in the newspaper, or you watch something on the news. Everything that they can learn outside the classroom is, of course, also very helpful. If they listen to French music, that's perfect. Watch French movies with them. Netflix, Amazon, they have a lot of French movies. Sometimes I tell them to change their phone to French, because the more exposure, the better. And lastly, I wanted to thank the PTSA for their generosity. Know that all the contribution that you make to the PTSA, the money is getting back to us, to the school directly. And this year, to support us in our virtual environment and help us buy maybe items that we didn't plan on needing, because we didn't know we would teach virtually. The PTSA gave each department a fund that we can use however we want. So this is so helpful, and we are very, very thankful that for your support. And so a big thank you for that. And I'm over 10 minutes, so I apologize for that. But thank you very much. If you have any questions, please email me, and I will always answer within 48 hours, if not sooner. And any questions, comments, concerns that you might have with your students, don't hesitate. Communicate with me, and I'm there for them. So thank you very much. Au revoir. Merci.